Welcome, Ridhi, to On the Rocks.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you on
Thank
our first episode. So excited, and more excited to have you as the first guest, to be honest.
Equally, likewise. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So I want to give audience little background how I know you first of all. Then obviously I will let you give a quick introduction, so they can know you more. Okay. So I know you for more than 4 years. Okay. We have worked together closely, and I just have one thing to say, that you are a star. Okay. The way you work, the way you manage 10 things. Honestly, you always ask me, how do I manage multiple things? I've learned from you. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes,
It's a compliment.
yes, no, yeah, that's true. I thought कि चलो ठीक है, I'll wait for this moment to say this, but चलो ठीक है. Okay,
Oh.
cool. So we can start with a quick introduction, and just to give you a little context before we go there, On the Rocks concept is just having a cheerful drink with you and have great conversation with you.
Cheers.
Okay? Cheers. So the concept of the whole podcast is very chill. The outcome of the podcast is to tell your story and the real outcomes that our audience can learn from you, because I know there's a lot to learn from you, and that's what I want to communicate from this episode. Cool. So over to you. A quick introduction. Who is Ridhi? Why did you start Tintbox? And what is the whole jazz right now?
So who is Ridhi? I think just a normal girl. I am an engineer, an IT engineer, full of dreams. Never was satisfied doing what I was. I was working in TCS, and but I was never happy doing, because we generally Indian families, we don't know what we actually want to do in life, and that's what happened to me also. Everybody was going after IT, and the same is what I did. And when I pursued my career, started with TCS, I was just not happy doing what I was. And a time came when I realized there was a gap in the market. Okay, and I was actually always inclined towards design. That was something that was always my passion. I still remember my dad had even got NID sample papers for me, and he said, "Beta, ye karo, give exams for this." You might not be knowing this. I never
didn't know
spoke
that,
about
yeah.
this. So I was so inclined towards design that he actually said that you should go into NID. But somehow, I was from a small town there, and we didn't have enough opportunities, enough classes. And all I could think of was giving AIEEE and then, getting into an engineering college. And so my passion for design was always there. So when I felt that there was something missing in the market, and how the story is very interesting, because what exactly happened was we were taking, initially this was 2016, we were taking Tupperware or, these kind of plastic lunch boxes to office.
Yeah.
And that was the time when I realized that plastic is really harmful. There's nothing called as safe plastic. And which is when we switched to, it is not only harmful for us, but also the environment, which is when we decided to switch to glass lunch boxes. And glass lunch boxes also, with a heavy heart, we had to bid them goodbye every month and then keep on, buying and investing on new lunch boxes. Steel was something which is very old school, not leak proof. So I thought, there is a need in the market for something, a lunchbox which is very durable, very strong, at the same time sustainable, stylish, smart, which is missing. So this gap I identified, and I always had a passion for design. So I thought, if I am feeling that there is something like this missing in the market, I'm sure a lot of them would be feeling likewise, which is when, I quit my job and I got deep into it, and I decided that, let me start with a brand which is, safe, sustainable, smart, stylish, and which helps all families to eliminate plastic from their everyday use objects. That was the mission.
Honestly, Ridhi, I feel so proud because Tintbox is doing great. Okay? Our office is in, we are associated with co-works and all. So I almost see 2 to 3 times a day at the co-work. People are having lunch from Tintbox. People are carrying Tintbox bottle.
I know, it's a proud feeling. I've had instances wherein my husband, it was the very beginning, and my husband in his office, दूर से उन्होंने कैप्चर किया फ्रॉम वेरी फार somebody sitting in the cabin and he has captured it and he is actually he's actually shared it with me. See, I can see this tiffin box, I can see the bottle. So initially क्योंकि हमने bottle and lunch box ही launch किया था.
But the best moment was when Priyanka Chopra was sipping out of
actually,
10 cup.
I still can't, I mean, that is something out of this world feeling.
I would really want that this one reaches out to Priyanka Chopra. Okay.
And she invests in us.
For sure. Great. So, see, when you started Tintbox, see, right now things have changed. Yeah. Back in 2017 or 18, when you started Tintbox, things were different. Now, honestly, the number of D2C brands who are getting into market now, it's like 10x, right?
Absolutely.
What have you learned in last 4 to 5 years of your business journey building a D2C brand, still bootstrap? What is that one or two takeaways that you want to share हमारे जो अभी new entrepreneurs आ रहे हैं या फिर early stage D2C brands कर रहे हैं? Because like I know you have expertise in doing things in the most cost effective way. I mean, right now, who is just like shelling out money like anything, you know how to get the work done at the cheapest cost. Whenever you tell me ना कि ये इतने में हो गया है, मैं बोला how could you do this? So just share your learnings, 2 to 3 learnings of your last 4 years of journey with a D2C brand on it.
I don't know if I'll be able to summarize it in just 2 to 3 learnings.
Go on.
But first, I mean, we have to be a believer. I was actually a believer in the product, in the brand, in myself. सबसे पहले तो believer होना पड़ेगा. When I started, लोगों ने मुझे ये भी बोला है कि अरे डब्बे की ब्रांड शुरू करी है. Getting my point? मतलब people will say all sorts of things. अच्छा डब्बा, and then when we told them that we've invested so much, मेरा आइडिया था, and I had so much of belief in that idea that when we started हमारा बजट कुछ और था, and जब हमने we started going deeper, but since we had started, we started investing, and then there was no looking back कि अब एक बार किया है तो करेंगे. So people will say all sorts of things. डब्बा है, अरे इसमें एक डब्बे में तुमने इतना इन्वेस्ट कर डाला, इसमें क्या रखा है, बट you have to be a believer. You have to, because when you are actually starting a D2C brand, you are ahead of the curve. Only then you can succeed. हमने वो चीज़ सोची जब दूसरे लोग मे बी इमेजिन नहीं कर पा रहे थे उस चीज़ को, राइट? So since we were ahead of the curve, maybe people were thinking अरे इसमें क्या है, क्यों कर रहे हैं? But when we launched and when people saw the result, then they could understand what we were building. So I think have belief in yourself. That is the first learning I have had over the years. There'll be ups and downs everywhere. And I think, I have started getting comfortable in being uncomfortable. That is initially. Story
of the entrepreneur.
It is the story of where we are entrepreneurs. So, initially, if you remember, we used to do performance marketing and kabhi burn hota tha. I just used to call you.
2x, 3x, 4x.
I used to be so, I used to be like so terrified, and I used to be having panic attacks कि यार उत्कर्षी क्या हो रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है, मतलब मजाक चल रहा है क्या? Because I was just not, I just didn't know this. Everything, this was a new land for me. It was all, alien for me. I just didn't know anything. So initially, I was learning everything. By the time we learned, I think, and we got comfortable, which is what I'm saying, कि जितना comfortable हो जाते हैं, immediately there is something कि discomfort आ जाता है. By the time हम लोग थोड़ा comfortable हुए उस zone में, we started learning. I learned a lot of things because it was a journey for me. I had come from a completely different background, and वहाँ से, even small little things like profit and loss, कि प्राइसिंग कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे एक प्रोडक्ट का, प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन से लेकर all these small nitty-gritties I learned, So by the time I got comfortable with that, the COVID hit. And since our products were for the office goers, so obviously we were also being hit somewhere. And immediately after that, there was a flood of all the brands because everybody understood that yes, everybody has to be online, offline का ज़माना चला गया, and every brand wanted to be online. So yeah, there was a lot of competition,
Got it.
but trust me, we had belief in what we were offering our customers. And and we have always been listening to our customers, evolving with our consumers. That is,
Got it.
we've been very consumer centric, and we've always believed in evolving to with our customers, and understanding, listening to them, what their requirements is, and accordingly innovate new products.
Got it. So the three takeaways I'm going to take from what you have said. One is that you have to have the belief, because
Yeah.
बिना भरोसा करे नहीं होगा, because initially हमेशा punchbacks तो आते ही आते हैं. तो belief is like the default. Second that you mentioned is product innovation, कि आगे का सोचो, क्या यूनिकनेस है, मार्केट में गैप क्या है ना. तीसरी चीज दैट यू हैव मेंशन्ड इज लिसनिंग टू योर कस्टमर्स. थोड़ा सा डीप जाते हैं लिसनिंग टू योर कस्टमर्स को, बिकॉज प्रोडक्ट इनोवेशन समझ में आ रहे हैं. आई वांट कि ऑडियंस को ये चीज़ समझ में आए कि जब वो कोई D2C ब्रांड शुरू करते हैं ना, बिकॉज जो हम शुरू करते हैं ना, कभी ऐसा नहीं होता कि वैसी ही चीज़ें शेप होंगी. मतलब थिंग्स चेंज एंड यू इवॉल्व, राइट. एंड एक तो वहाँ पे रेजिलियंस आ गया जो आपने बोला. दूसरी चीज़ आ गया, तुम प्रोडक्ट इनोवेशन में नया कुछ करना चाहते हो, बट क्या करें वो पता कैसे लगेगा. मुझे लगता है कि लिसनिंग टू योर कस्टमर इज द बेस्ट वे पॉसिबल. थोड़ा सा डीप जाते हैं. सी राइट नाउ Tintbox I think serves more than 60,000 customers. ठीक है?
No, more than 1.5 lakh customers.
Wow, awesome. ठीक है, तो 1.5 लाख कस्टमर्स अभी हमारा प्रोडक्ट यूज़ करते हैं. मुझे पहले 5 कस्टमर्स जब आपने एक्वायर करे थे, और वहाँ से 5 से लेके 1.5 लाख का जो जर्नी आपने बनाया कस्टमर्स को टैप करने का, उसमें आपने कैसे यू डिग डीप इनटू कस्टमर इनसाइट्स. Any D2C brand owner who is right now starting or in the early stage and maybe not have found their product market fit, अभी पता नहीं लगा कि मार्केट में क्या चलेगा, उसके लिए क्या आप एडवाइस दोगे?
So, as I told you, listen to your customer. We've had a lot of feedbacks from our customers. Feedbacks like they tell us that, let's say we had a smaller capacity of the lunchbox, okay? We had a lot of inquiries from South, because, the food habit that they have is generally rasam, sambar, that. So they have larger portions there. So they always used to tell us that, why don't you come up with a larger capacity, because, this is a very small width for us. So we listened to them, and I think we launched. We also had, honestly speaking, there was somebody who called us and who said, आपके पास कोई lunch box है जिसका ढक्कन भी glass का हो. I actually, after keeping down the phone, I had a hearty laugh, and I told them, I was just discussing with my team, and I told my team कि यार ये लोग तो कुछ भी मांगते रहते हैं, इनको लगता है कि हम कुछ भी कर दें. But when I thought about it, the consumer just wanted कि even food का कहीं पे भी contact ना हो glass से. And yes, we listened to the consumer. I just don't know who the customer was. We listened to him or her, and we have been successfully been able to develop a product which has India's first glass lunchbox with a glass lid. So your food is just not in contact with any plastic at all. The kind of freshness that you get there. So yeah, I mean, at times consumers के idea बहुत weird लगते हैं पहली thought में. ऐसा लगता है कि यार क्या बोल रहे हैं, they're just demanding anything. हर चीज़ तो नहीं हो सकती है. But when you think deep into it, so yeah, they also have a point a lot of times. So we've been lucky to have great customers, and we've been obviously been telling us कि ये कर सकते हो क्या, वो कर सकते हो. And honestly, हमने जितने भी products आज तक launch किए, it has been purely by the necessity that I felt कि ये this is something that I, as a consumer, as a wife, as a mother, I feel this is something that is missing in the market. And I have experienced the gap, and which is what we've been trying to fill. So this never have we ever launched a product जो हमें लगे कि just for the sake of launching. We've never done that. We've launched only when we actually felt that being a consumer, and I would say I myself, I am a very discerning customer. मुझे impress करना would be difficult. So when we launch a product, तो हम ये दिमाग में रखते हैं that we have to be completely satisfied before we are able to launch something. Yeah.
Business is an outcome of a great team. A successful business is an outcome of a great team. And I know how hard and you have worked to get the right team, and how much selective you have been. I think the D2C owners or entrepreneurs in general, they want to know what they should look in their founding team and the first 10 to 15 people that you hire. So what was your mental model or thought process when you were bringing in a team member, and how was your journey to bring in the right team for Tintbox?
So, Utkarsh, to begin with, not many people know, but my dad is the co-founder. So I have that, I would say I'm privileged that I have a very like-minded person who is my co-founder. And it's not just like-minded, how beautifully we both complement each other. I think that's worth understanding. So, our generation, we are very, very motivated and we just want to do it. कि आज सोचा कल हो जाना चाहिए, नहीं होगा तो हमें कभी गुस्सा भी आ जाएगा and we are depressed, we are just too frustrated. Whereas with him, he will be so composed. He'll be like, it need not, everything what you have decided does not has to go by plan. Things are not in your control. So he is the one who keeps me so composed. Other than that, there are a lot of things जो मुझे समझ में नहीं आती है when it comes to, अब over a period of time I've understood, but he has so vast experience. He comes from a chemistry background. So to begin with, जो उनका understanding थी materials की, because that is something जिसमें हम command करते हैं, जिस type के materials हम use करते हैं, जो quality हम use करते हैं हमारे products के लिए. People just love it, Secondly, yeah, I have an amazing team with you being there who takes care of marketing and with a lot of, be it social media management, be it, designing, product designing. So more than the kind of, as I told you, more than the kind of experience, I always look at the person as in what is the attitude that person has. Maybe he has a huge experience, but his attitude towards work. And the attitude that needs to be there for a startup is very different than maybe a multinational company जो 9 to 6 है, लोगों को 9 बजे जाना है और 6 बजे आना है. Honestly speaking, I have a team जिनको मैंने ये बोला है कि I have a very packed schedule, but I am free at 4:30 in the morning. Will you believe this, Utkarsh? My team member has woken up at 4:30 in the morning just to have that call with me, just to finish off things, because they know that I have a very busy schedule and that is the only time that I can give them. And they also at the same time don't want कि work should suffer because I am busy or because of those things. So I have a team that is working, I would say, I don't know, they have been so hardworking. जब मैं बोलती हूँ they are ready. They just tune their work schedules around my work set schedule, which is, I have an amazing team and
Beautiful.
They've been working very diligently towards making the products, towards building the brand and towards what we are today. So
Got it. Okay, so I was reading one article. There was one quote by, I guess, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's wife. Ki at the end of the day, wealth doesn't matter when the life ends. So, like that comment or that quotation just made me reflect again on why are we doing this? Okay, what is the purpose of we working so hard? We can go and chill. And to be honest, you and me both, I know we have big ambitions. We have to go to 3-digit, 4-digit level. But this is our vision. It's not only about money, but maybe million, 2 million, 5 million customers that we want to serve. We have that purpose. But I think we can stop working and enjoy life. But why are we not doing it? What is your thought process of about wealth? What do you think about it?
So what I feel is when she is saying that at the end, wealth doesn't matter, honestly speaking, at the end, nothing matters. At the end, I feel what matters is, what impression you have left in the hearts of people, because that is the only thing that you have, left with people, memories that you have left with people, right? So I think, I believe in, I've come to this world there is a purpose. I cannot just be, sitting ki haan yaar, I am not one such person who can just be sitting idle. Even while, there was a time when I was not doing anything. That was the time when I was sculpting. I was doing something new. And I just cannot sit idle. So I think we have come here for a purpose. Purpose has to be fulfilled. And somewhere wealth is also important, I feel, because, when you have wealth, let's say you are a very compassionate person, you want to give to the society, but you can give to the society only when you have wealth. I feel that. We decided that, so currently we are, let's say, giving a very small amount to the education of girls. That is what me and my husband are doing. But would we be able to do it if we were not earning this much, So I feel, wealth need not be given that much value, or, those people who only value wealthy people, that is somewhere wrong. But, being wealthy is not wrong, or, earning is not wrong. You should earn so that you can give back to the society.
Fair. I don't want to add any restriction on this question. Okay, you answered my question and such, but I just want you to say a few words or lines to our audience. You know who is our audience. Our audience is an early entrepreneur, already doing a business, maybe Tintbox customer, maybe ROX customer or client, right? So they know us, or they know the brand, or they want to build their business further, and they are spending time to watch this 20-30 minutes clip to learn something. So just knowing the audience, knowing the context, and respecting the time of the audience who have spent around 19-20 minutes to watch this video, what would you like to say to them?
So I would like to say one thing, not one thing actually, a lot of things, a lot of learnings that I have had. मैं सच बताऊं तो this journey that I've had, somewhere, I was very ignorant when I started the entrepreneur journey. And that ignorance converted to bliss. Because when I see my entire journey, तो शायद मुझे अगर अपनी पूरी journey पहले पता होती ना, maybe I would not have jumped. Because there were so many ups and downs. Entrepreneurs are known for a reason, Utkarsh. आज हर कोई अगर entrepreneurs के लिए बोल रहा है that, this life is completely different. You have to be, so basically what I would like to say is you have to be ready to come out of your comfort zone. If you want कि मैं अपने comfort zone में बैठे बैठे ये कर दूंगी या कर दूंगा, I think that is not going to happen. So as I told you, you have to learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. I have actually learned. I remember how much I used to be, terrified with small little things. But over the years, I have understood that you have to be very calm. You have to deal with things patiently. They will take time. Whatever is in your mind, it cannot happen overnight. It takes time. So one thing is, you have to be coming out of your comfort zone. Secondly, you have to be very, very persistent. Very, very persistent. I think persistence is the key. Trust me, there have been instances, I'll just give you an example. I've been trying to develop a product जो मुझे लग रहा था मैं 6 महीने में develop कर दूंगी. It has been 3 years and only now we have been able to develop. I think if I was not so persistent, not so convinced in myself, in my belief for the product, I would have just left it कि यार ये तो नहीं हो रहा है. Persistence is the key. You have to be believing in yourself, you have to be very persistent, and you have to be ready for all the ups and downs that that this entrepreneurial journey is going to give you. It will. Because you are building something new. You are building a completely new path, right? So this new path is all yours. You will have a lot of ups and downs, but you will have to be persistent. I think that is very important.
Thank you so much, Ridhi. Thanks for coming and first of all taking your time.
Thank you so much. And I'm honored to be a part of the first episode.
Yes, and many more to come. And
many more. Good luck to you, Utkarsh.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely invite you for the second one. Be prepared. We'll have further conversations.
I'm sure you will rock on the rocks.
Cheers. On the rocks.
Oh, I didn't finish.
Come on, you have bottoms up, bottoms up. So this was our first episode of On the Rocks, and thank you so much for spending time to watch it. And I hope you would have learned a lot from this episode, and many more to come. Please subscribe to the channel, or wherever you're watching, subscribe, follow, and we'll stay connected. Cheers.